So we're just about at the end of January, and that means it's time to take a look at your New Year's resolutions and what you've done with them. I don't do resolutions. I'm really big on goals, and I want to talk a little bit about the difference between resolutions and goals. And I'm just going to share some of mine with you to give you an example of how I use goals on a regular basis to get anything done, because I'm lazy, and if I don't have this stuff written down, the days will just go by. The difference between a resolution and a goal is a resolution is, this is a thing I'm going to do every day different. I'm going to be nicer. I'm going to, eat better. Just kind of vague things generally. Sometimes they can be more specific as well. But resolutions, I go to the gym, and I will tell you that the gym is already much cleared out from 3 weeks ago. It didn't take very long before started thinning out. Not the people, just the size of the people. But I do a lot of goals, and I actually have 3 different goals sections that I use. So I have my 2020 goals. I'll share those with you in a second. I have my today goals. Every day it's my to-do list of things I want to get done today. I don't always get that list done, but the goal at the beginning of the day is to get that done. And then I have my to-do soon list. And those are things that I want to get done sooner rather than later, but it probably won't happen today. And as I finish things on my today list, then the to-do soon list kind of gets moved in. So let me share a couple of ideas with you, because I hope this will give you some ideas of some things that you can do for goals for 2020 to have your best year ever. So these are some of the goals that I have for this year. As many of you who follow me know, I lost a lot of weight 5 years ago. Now I'm in that part where I struggle with my weight. The honeymoon's over, and so I fluctuated. I didn't like how low my weight got. I let it get up a little bit too high. Now it's coming back down. So I'm kind of trying to figure out where that magic spot is for me. So my goal for this year is to quit fluctuating and to set my goal at a steady 180. Maybe it's, by steady, I mean a 3 or 4 pound swing is the most I want to do. I tend to do 10 or 12 pound swings. And so steady 180, that's a goal by the end of this year to have achieved that. I'll get that done with a lot of other things. Some of these goals are very personal, some not a lot of business anymore because I'm retired, but our house has been neglected over the last few years because of business. I mean, you know how that goes. And so I've started a lot of it. I've shared with you some of what's in my office, but I want new photos on all my walls. I still have old photos, on my walls of my children when they were little, which is great, but they're all grown up now, and I need some more current pictures of everything. So one of my goals this year is to change out all the photos in my house. I'm going to be selling all my gear, so I'm working on that. I've already gotten some of that done, but I'm selling off my photo booth and all my DJ gear and all the things that I use because I don't need them anymore. So I'm working on that. I'm writing a book. I want to get it finished this year. I've made some progress on it, but by the end of the year, I want to have the book finished. So that's a goal for me. We're going to do some traveling, and part of that traveling is I want to go visit 6 new states. I have 14 left to visit. 6 of those I want to get done this year, and they're kind of in little groups, so it should be achievable. I still haven't figured out which 6 they're going to be because my travel plans are kind of something I'm working on for the next few weeks. But what I do know is I want to get 6 more states checked off this year. We're going to remodel our kitchen. I don't even know if that'll get finished this year because you know how those things can take a long time, but I'm pretty sure it will. But we'll certainly get working on that. We made some big steps in that yesterday. I attended a show, a home improvement show, and got some great ideas to get us moving in that direction. New flooring throughout my whole house. So that's related to the previous one, but those are completely separate goals. I'm completely redoing the inside of my garage. I've got it about half finished. The other half can't get done until I get my gear out of there. So I have to finish that other goal first before I can finish working on my garage. But I'm painting it and putting stuff up. It'll be not quite a room, but it'll be a very nice finished garage when all is done. So that's on there. I have a goal to read 18 books this year, and I've broken it down 6 new books just for pure enjoyment, fiction or nonfiction, either way, but 6 new books, 6 classic books. I've got a long list of classics that I always wanted to get to, and I'm getting to them, so 6 of those, and then 6 self-help books. So I'm making some progress on that already. I mean, I think I've finished 4. I guess I finished 4, and I'll finish the 5th one, this month. So because I did a lot of airplane travel, I got a lot of reading done. So that's my goals. Oh, and then I have a goal of 1,000 miles walking and hiking and running this year. So I'm ahead of that pace. But, I got to get basically 3 miles in just about every day in order for that to happen. So that's my goals for the year. Those aren't resolutions. That's things I want to accomplish before the end of this year. How do I do that? Well, I have my to-do list that I work on every day. And so again, I'll give you an idea of what my to-do list is every day. Yours will be very different. I mean, if you have a business to run, you certainly have very different goals than I will have, but they should be very specific things to do. So today, I want to record 5 more segments of this. This is the first one. So I'm working toward that goal, knocking it off. My word that I use is critters. I need to refill the feeders in my backyard because I noticed yesterday that they're low. So I'll do that. I mean, that'll take 10 minutes. But if I didn't write it down, it would be really easy for me to not get that done today. But I look at that thing every day and check it off, right? So critters is on there. Install a new TV. I'm actually taking I'm moving a TV. That's the short version. And I want to get that done. It probably won't take me but 15 or 20 minutes to get that done, but I've been meaning to do it for a while. It's been on my to-do soon list, which we'll talk about next, and it got moved now to my today list. So hopefully I'll get that done today. I'm going to the gym as soon as we get done with here. That's on the list. I bought a Fire Stick because I can no longer get Netflix because it changed out from, I could run it through my Blu-ray player, but then that changed and I had to get a Fire Stick. So I got a Fire Stick, but I haven't plugged it in yet. So I haven't had any Netflix for almost 2 months now. It started early in December when it went away. But then with all the travel and everything, and we don't watch a whole lot of Netflix anyway. But today, learned to do that. And on my list every day is read. So I want to make sure I do some actual book reading every day. That's my today list. Now, yours might be very different. It might be, a meeting with a client, send out a contract to somebody, that sort of thing. But be very specific. Don't just say, get my work done, but specifically, what are those things going to be? And then I have my to-do soon list. So I've got my to-do someday list also. But my to-do soon list these are the things that are kind of bubbling up toward the top. I want to do this sooner rather than later. So one of them is, I should have already switched this over, was record new minutes with Randy Bartlett. So that will get off the list, 2 different lists today. I have to get a new checklist app. Not necessarily today, but I live with a program called Wunderlist, which I love. And Microsoft just bought it, so that's going away. So now I got to figure out what new one to get. I have until May, but I have to start looking and seeing what I'm going to do. So anybody's got any great ideas about what programs you're going to use, apps, Wunderlist is a great shared app. So something super easy like Wunderlist, if you have any ideas, throw them at me. I have on there lunch with a friend. It's a very specific friend. I'm not going to mention her on here, but been meaning to do that. And so probably next week, I'll do that. It might be the week after that, but I'll try to get it scheduled next week and then see how our schedules are. But if I didn't do it, I'd forget. So that goes on the to-do list. We just came back from New Zealand, Australia, a great vacation, and I have 1,000 pictures, probably more than 1,000. And so organizing my New Zealand, Australia photos, and I have to go through lots of duplicate kind of things. And so clean those up. That's probably an all-day project. So that'll be sometime very soon. I got a new GoPro for Christmas, but I haven't used it yet. I don't even know how. So I got to get it out and figure it out and how to play with it. So I got to learn how to use my GoPro. I need to put some new rain gutters up. That's on my to-do soon list. And we looked at some stuff yesterday, some ideas for that. So that'll get done pretty soon. golf. I haven't played any golf in a long time, and so I put on my list, let's get back out and play a little golf. See if the joy is back, because I kind of lost the joy of it. But I won't do that until we get a couple of really nice days. I don't want to do it when it's wet. I'm in California. I don't have to wait that long. So I'll go play some golf. I need to get to the gun range, because I haven't done that in a little while. I need to get practice. I'm not real comfortable with handgun, and if I'm going to have one, I want to make sure I'm comfortable with it if I ever have to use it in an emergency. And go see the optometrist. I've been putting that off. It's time to go see an optometrist. So that's an idea. My goal also was to do this in a minute, so you can see how well I follow goals. I mean, I'm almost at 11 minutes now. But I wanted to give you some very specific things that you can do with goals, because goals are what will help you get to where you're at. If you don't have a goal, you'll never get there. And I've never been good at, following up. I'm horrible at that stuff. I'm a procrastinator. I let things go forever. So for me, I don't know if it works for you, but for me, putting things down and on the Wonder List, one of the cool little things, man, when you finish something, you hit the little box that goes ding. Man, I love that sound, ding. That's checking stuff off. I know my buddy Mike Walter uses to-do lists, and he uses a big black, he still writes it, and uses a big black marker, and he just, really, when he gets done with something, he really rubs it off on there. And I know he's talked about one of the things that he has every day is create a to-do list, and that's for tomorrow. He does it today. So once he's gotten that, the first thing he can do is I've gotten my to-do list done. So whatever works for you, but by all means find those. But I think you need more than one. I don't think you can do one to-do list. So for me, within my Wonderlist application, I have probably 25 different lists. I have a list of books that I want to read. So as I finish books, then I know where to go. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do next? I've got a long list of things that I can read. So I've got states that I want to visit. So, I said 6 new states. I know which states are left because I have them on that list. Movies that I want to see. There's just, house projects that I want to do. Ideas for the gardener. Like everything that I'm going to forget, I keep in these lists. Those are goals, and then they become more basically they're wishes, right? At this point, and then once they move to one of my lists, they become a goal. Much easier to attain a goal than it is to do a resolution of, I'm going to be better at something. So hope that helps. I know I took a lot of extra time, even by my standards this time, but I think it's important because if you'll take these into account, I think you'll find that you can get an awful lot more done and move forward. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.